a chapter from my forthcoming book, Sober Mom, which is available now for pre-order. I'm always promoting. So spring. If you're a parent of a grade school child in the suburbs of New Jersey, then spring means only one thing: Little League. Even if your child isn't athletic, in our area, this season is ruled by baseball for the boys and softball for the girls. Now, if you've never experienced watching your kid play ball on the rec team, or worse, the travel team, let me set the diamond for you. It's torture. First, the season starts in early spring when the temperature purports to be in the 50s, but sitting on cold metal bleachers, the wind whipping through your parka, you might as well be in Antarctica. And watching your kid attempt to catch a fly ball or attempt to hit a pitch while surrounded by other parents who apparently really care about the score of a 7-year-old's Little League game, well, it's like turning your skin inside out, having your insides, your organs, your veins exposed, you're cold, you're anxious, your teeth are clenched. You just want your kid to have fun, but having fun means not whiffing in front of the entire town. Okay, now imagine all that, and imagine you're only 3 months sober. That's how I found myself in April 2011 at my son Michael's first night game under the lights, a very big deal to a 7-year-old. At this moment in time, my husband Chris is not speaking with me. For that, you need to buy the memoir. That's right. We arrived at the field separately, and while I'm sitting in the bleachers, I watch Chris say something to Michael through the chain link fence. Then he goes and finds our other 2 younger kids, Raymond and Julia, gives them a hug, and then without a wave to me, he gets in the car and drives away. I cringe in the bleachers. Did the other parents notice? Are they judging, the state of my marriage? Speaking of the other parents, I am not friends with any of these other moms. I tried at one point. I bonded over the Grateful Dead with one, and I invited her family over for dinner, but she declined. And I can't help but worry that it's because maybe she smelled vodka on my breath the one time I drank before a play date, and then maybe she told the other moms. Julia and Ray appear at my elbow and say, "Mom, can we get pretzels?" Sure. I pull some money out and give it to them. I'm not in an emotional place to monitor their snack intake for tonight. Suddenly, everybody's clapping. Bases are loaded, and oh my God, Michael's up at bat. I recently learned in AA that I'm not supposed to pray for myself, but can I pray for my child? Please don't strike out. Please don't strike out. Please don't strike out. Ball 4, phew, Michael walks and gets on base. Now my mother shows up. She walks very slowly up the bleachers, causing a bit of a ruckus as she forces the other parents to move. She sits down, and I immediately smell the scotch on her breath. Of course, it's after 5:30. That smell is both revolting and appealing to me. Addiction is full of these contradictions. She asks where Chris is, and I tell her he's in DC at a conference for 4 days, and then it dawns on me. I have the house to myself tonight. There's a liquor store on the way home. I have the cash I need to buy a bottle without it showing up on the bank statements. I could drink tonight. In my Monday night beginners meeting, the old timers would say, now's about the time I should call someone. But here's the thing. If I call my sponsor, she's gonna tell me not to drink, and I really want to drink. I am so wound up, I need relief. Michael's team is in the field now, and oh my God, he's pitching. I cannot watch. I get off the bleachers and I pace behind the snack bar. Julia and Ray appear by my side. Mom, can we get popsicles? How can they eat popsicles in this Arctic weather? I do not know, but I hand them more money and I go back to my seat. Michael throws a strike and my mom yells, "Woohoo, Michael!" in this shaky old lady, Scotch emboldened voice. A woman turns around and I try to be like, grandparents, right? But she doesn't smile back at me. Finally, the game ends. I gather Julia and Ray, their faces covered in dirt and red popsicle juice. I'm waiting for the coach to release Michael from the huddle. And I think, please hurry up. The kids need to go to bed and I need to go to the liquor store on the way home. I've decided to drink tonight. What is the point of staying sober? My marriage is obviously ending, and who will know? We get in the minivan, and I reach in my back pocket for the cash. But wait, all I have is $3 crumpled dollars. I do not have the 20 I need to buy a bottle. I've given away all my cash to the kids, pretzels, popsicles. Dejected, I drive past the liquor store. At home, I send everyone to bed. I pull 3 ice cream sandwiches out of the freezer, plop down on the couch, and watch TV. I'll drink tomorrow, I tell myself. 3 days later, I'm telling this story at the Monday night beginners meeting. Tommy chuckles at the ice cream sandwiches, and I'm getting it, one day at a time. I told myself I'd drink tomorrow just to get through the night, but tomorrow came and I didn't pick up. Several weeks later, a woman named Debbie tells me that my story really touched her, that she tells it to anyone who's unsure about a higher power. I'm confused. How does my story illustrate anything about a higher power? She says, your higher power did for you what you could not do for yourself. Got rid of all your cash so you couldn't buy the vodka. Maybe. My kids are grown now. They no longer play in Little League. But if grandkids come along and spring drags me back to those cold meadow bleachers, I'll be there in a parka, sober. Yeah.